why don't you take a minute to overview some of the tools that you use in optimizing and managing your Amazon platforms, or the brands on Amazon that you manage. So some of the ones that help you with research and data, and see what we can uncover
Okay,
from there.
I'll go into Helium 10 today. I just want to check one thing.
Yeah, I think Helium 10 is a good one to start on. Our version of that for SEO that we love to use is Ahrefs. I've heard it pronounced multiple different ways, but it's a great way to look at the data, who's searching, and what are related terms and questions, and what content is driving the most traffic for your competitors, and then go through that process of reusing that content. So I'm looking forward to learning more
Yeah,
about
Helium
Helium
10
10.
is great because this is a tool that a lot of Amazon sellers do utilize. I know that there's a lot of capabilities with Walmart as well, which is great. Some of the features for Walmart are newer just because Amazon was kind of the first marketplace where all of these tools really were getting targeted just to help sellers out because there's a lot going on there. But the majority of what I use Helium 10 for my clients is a lot of the keyword research, but there's a lot more, in-depth tools that are all within Helium 10. So right here I have pulled up the slew of tools that we've got access to. Right off the bat, there's some product research tools. We manage clients that are already established on Amazon, and so this is something I use a little bit less, but some of the black box tools, for example, will also help you research competitors. So even if you're not looking to add a new product to your Amazon catalog, this can still give you some insight on competitors that some of the other tools, don't have. Listing optimization. These are really, really in-depth and are something that make it easier to track the improvements that you've made if you have a ton of listings, because you'll do your keyword research here. But for example, with Frankenstein and with Scribbles and Index Checker, you'll be able to see on an individual listing basis if you've, made sure you've included all those words on your keyword list, like with what you can do with Index Checker. With Listing Optimizer, you can do the same thing. And just kind of keep tabs on what it is that you wanted to include. See here how you can kind of edit and make sure that you include that full list and how many times, you've used the same word and things like this so that you're not, writing something that sounds really repetitive. Index Checker will then like scan through your entire listing and then see what words Amazon is actually associating with your listing. So if you've gone through and done a keyword research kind of project and you've reboosted your listings, go on there and Index Checker to make sure that Amazon is actually giving you credit for all of those words. If not, you might need to rewrite some things. You might need to direct some traffic with ads to those keywords to make sure you're making sales on the keywords that you've added to the listing so that you can start to get credit and some organic ranking for some of those keywords. Listing Analyzer is great. It'll go ahead and crawl the page for you to see if you need to optimize images, bullet points, titles, product description. These are some of the things that we went over in the last video, but I'd be happy to talk, more in depth with you about them if you reach out to us. The keyword research, again, this is where I spend most of my time, but I could go in, maybe next time we'll do a deep dive and go into some of these and just see how they work. But this is more an overview.
Yeah. When you look at this tool, what business category, meaning established, a few hundred products, or new and looking to get on Amazon, what level of business does this tool
I
cater
would
to the
say
most?
if you're on Amazon, you really should look at a tool like this. There are a few competing products out there called, Jungle Scout. There's some others, but I think Jungle Scout and Helium 10 are two of the biggest. There's also another tool called Envision Horizons that I really like that has a totally different approach to some of these things that has a lot of different data and metrics that you can't really analyze as easy on Amazon. So this is a unique case where I'd say, do this in conjunction with an Envision Horizons tool or something like that. But at any level, you can definitely get your foot in the door. I do believe Helium 10 actually offers a free version with very, very limited access to some of the tools that you can use on here. But Whether you're just starting on Amazon or whether you're selling, big time on Amazon, it's definitely worth having a tool like this so that you can easily look through keywords, look through different competing listings, and keep track of some of the research that you're doing. So I think that's a great question. To that point, you don't need access to the entire slew of products that Helium10 offers if you're just getting started. For example, this marketing section here, there's an atomic section where you can actually integrate your advertising console into here. If you're not running ads, obviously you shouldn't be paying for a subscription that has ad optimization. That's just kind of something that's in one of the higher packages. It's more expensive to have access to it. And also, if you, mhm.
What's the price? What's the price
So I
range of
think
this
it
tool?
ranges anywhere from the free version. I think the most commonly used version is about $100 a month. But you can get up to, I think, 200,
Okay.
and then there's also an enterprise version with custom tools and features if you do have an agency like we do, and you have so many clients that will need access to some of these things. For example, the Atomic can only be hooked up to one ad console at a time. So if you wanted more, then you'd have to upgrade to an executive or higher membership. Mhm.
That makes sense.
One last bit on here that I definitely want to mention. They do have alerts. If you're selling on Amazon, it's great to have a tool or some kind of software that does have the alerts, because oftentimes if someone is reselling your product, or if just Amazon kind of goes haywire and associates the wrong brand with your product, or takes down a listing image or a bullet point or something like that, the product monitoring alerts are great to have set up, because it's kind of looking and monitoring in the background, so you don't have to be totally hands on deck on every single listing every single day, which gets difficult with managing different clients, or difficult when you've got more than 20, 30 products in your catalog. So definitely a wide range of tools on here, whether it's about product research, listing optimization, keyword research, alerts, or even on Helium10 the ability to do some advertising optimization tool. So Helium10 is probably my favorite. It's just really user friendly. And that's kind of an overview. Again, maybe next week we'll go into how to use some of the tools. I think that'd be great.